Hi, I'm Brandon Russell. I'm a junior here at Wartburg College, majoring in business administration with a minor in leadership. And two things that I realized about myself as a leader this past semester is that going forward, I really want to focus on two different aspects. One of the aspects is that a lot of people learn in very many different ways. Therefore, it calls for like a different type of leadership for each person. Being able to understand how this person learns or how a teammate or a coworker works is essential in order to become an effective leader for them. A big part of this was the triangulated learning worksheet, and it just showed that there was different types of like learning, like experiential learning, traditional learning. And just going through like the golf team, being a leader on the golf team, I think it's been very important for me to figure out which one of my teammates learn this certain way so I can teach them that this certain way instead of going over and giving him other stuff to do which might not even be completely relevant to his learning style. Another event or activity that really shaped my leadership experience throughout the semester was doing community builders and having those kids like really look up to you is something that I've experienced before, but not in that certain way. A lot of those kids had different attitudes and different approaches on each class, and it was just different. It was tough to learn which kids you need to be more stern with, or which kids you need to talk through situations more, or just different types of leadership and apply them to each kid, because each kid deserved different leadership because of how they acted or who they are. And I think that also really shaped my experience and was a good thing overall for me. Another big part is the thought of reflection. It's been talked about a lot in class, and I think that it can be very useful for a lot of people, including myself. And just being able to remind myself that I need to reflect after each day or after each event or something that is happened that is important. Being able to realize what went right, what went wrong, everything like that. To name certain elements that have allowed me to notice this part of me changing. Some people, specifically the golf team, obviously. Another big part is both my parents, because I consider them both very effective leaders for me and others as well. And then lastly, of course, my roommates, because 4 of my 8 roommates are leadership minors, I believe, and they really pushed me to become a better leader, and as I've pushed them to become a better leader. So all three of those people have had an impact on my leadership story so far. And then of course, the triangulated reading. One strategy that I could use for this to be effective, to be an effective leader the rest of my life, is get off the floor and on the dance floor and on the balcony. So like many of you know, this just means just kind of like taking a step back and looking at, not living so much in the moment, but taking a step back and looking at what's going on and how you can be effective to reach the end goal of whether it's a workplace or a golf team or anything. In conclusion, the two aspects I have learned about myself and want to change in the future is A, reflecting more often on any situation, whether it's big or small, just to learn what went right and what went wrong. And then B, making sure I know how others within my community learn, so I can assess that and put a different type of leadership towards each person. Overall, it's been a great semester, and I think I've learned a lot as far as becoming an effective leader, and I can't wait to take my final class next semester and complete the leadership minor. Thank you.